So before I start the painting, I will study the composition that was used to create this painting. And I believe the best composition type that describes this painting and the layout is the golden rule, or the rule of thirds, where the canvas is divided up into 2/3 and 1/3 sections. So now that I've recognized the composition, I will create a simple value study using only black, white, and the mixtures of black and white. So different values of grays, where white is the lightest value and black is the darkest value. So looking at the painting itself, so again, the composition is leaning toward a 2/3, 1/3 composition, layout. And the darkest darks will be in the middle ground, which is not very usual, but it works great in Levitan's painting. And again, this is not a replica, it's just a study. It's just a value study in this case. In this step, I will try to approximate the colors as close as I can. Of course, it depends on the quality and of your print, if you have a print like I do, and also I'm using a screen that I'm looking at to recreate this painting. So, of course, the colors in life possibly can be very different from these, but I will try to come as close as possible to the ones that I see here in front of me. So for the darkest dark, what I can see, it appears to be that they are on the cool side. So I will use phthalo blue to start with, and I will add a little bit of alizarin crimson to that, just to balance out the raw color of phthalo. So this is going to be the darkest dark, phthalo and alizarin crimson. Next, I will work on the next dark after the darkest one, which seems to be a phthalo, Payne's gray. And Payne's gray usually consists some blue. I'm using ultramarine blue for this, and a little more, and gray, or the other option is to add red and a little bit of yellow to that, but I have grays here, so I will just use my grays. It does two things. It will lighten the ultramarine and also will gray it. And I think I'm still very far from where I'd like to be as far as the value goes, so now I'm going to use some white too. Next, the foreground green. It appears to have a coolness to it. I will start again with a gray, and I will add some phthalo green. I could use Viridian, that's very similar to that as well. A hint of orange. And this is close to what I think it should be. Next, there is some type of ochre, so I'll mix that. Yellow, red, and blue. A little bit more gray here too. Additionally, there's a brighter green. For that, I will use a little bit of this yellow, Payne's gray, a little bit of yellow, light. And this is very dark compared to what I see, so I'll increase the light. For the distance greens, there are some lighter ones in the distance. This yellow, more white. And in the sky, there is a medium blue. I'm using again ultramarine. It does have a tendency of being a little bit warmer than cobalt. It has some red in it, and I'm not over mixing all of it because there are some darker values in the sky, not this dark, but there are some darker values. And finally, the lightest value in the sky, start with the white again. It has a little bit, I believe, a yellow, green, or blue. I'm using cerulean and yellow. A little more cerulean than yellow. And these are the main colors in this painting. And there is also a hue of purple, of a very, very muted purple. Again, back in the fields. So finally for that I'm using a little bit ultra little bit of crimson. And this concludes most of the colors that I see in this painting.